Hi, and welcome to this video on quadratic equations in factorised form. Okay, let's have a look at this particular statement right now. So AB is equal to 0. So A and B are two numbers. It could be the same, but we're mainly looking at different numbers here. A multiplied by B is equal to 0. Now, how can that be? How can A times B equal to 0? Now, it could mean that A, so the first number, is equal to 0, or it could mean the second number is equal to 0. Now, they both can be equal to 0, but usually one of the two will be equal to 0. Think about it, that's the only possible way two numbers that are multiplied by each other can be equal to 0. Otherwise, they'll be equal to something else. 5 times 7, that's equal to another number. 9 times 8, that's equal to another number. But as soon as one of them is 0 or 0, then the result is going to be equal to 0. Now, quadratic equations in factorised form can be quite easy to solve. So factorised form means here's two expressions multiplying by each other. If I expanded this expression, I'll end up getting a quadratic equation in expanded form, but here this is factorised form. So this number multiplied by this number is equal to 0. Now we just said that two numbers multiplying by each other means that the first number has to be equal to 0 or the second number is equal to 0. So we'll write that. The first, x minus 1 is equal to 0 or x minus 2 is equal to 0. Now we can solve both of these linear equations. Here's a nice simple linear equation. To solve this, add 1 to both sides. And for this one, we'll add 2 to both sides of the equation. Adding 1 here and 1 there will mean that we have plus 1, x is equal to 0. And over here we've got plus 2, x is equal to 0. Sorry, x is equal to 2. This one was x is equal to 1. This one is x is equal to 2. Then we'll write the last line, x is equal to 1 or 2. So if I substitute 1 into my original equation, this will be 1 take away 1, that part's 0, and then 0 multiplied by anything is equal to 0. And if I substitute 2 into this equation, I'll have 2 take away 1, which is 1, multiplied by 2 take away 2, and that's 0. So then the product will be equal to 0. So we have two answers. It's 1 or it is equal to 2. Okay, pause the video and set your work out like the previous example and see what you end up getting. Okay, so our two linear factors will be x plus 5 is equal to 0 and x minus 3 is equal to 0. Then here I'll subtract 5, and then I'll get x is equal to negative 5. And over here, add 3, x is equal to positive 3. And then we'll like to write our answers in a single line with the smallest then the largest, so in ascending order. Okay, here are the last two questions. So pause the video and solve these two quadratic equations and verify your answers in a moment. Okay, so the first one, x is equal to 0 and negative 4. And this one here, 5 will make this equal to 0 and 3 would make that equal to 0. So here are our solutions. Okay, thanks for watching this video on factorized form and solving quadratic equations.